Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to make a 34-liter carry-all duffel bag. I've gone ahead and I've printed out the sewing pattern in A4 size paper. This also comes in A0 and letter size. And after I print it, I'm just going to use my ruler to ensure that the scale of the print is correct, because these shapes for this pattern are printed actual size, and it's very important that they are to scale. So once I print out my A4 pieces of paper, I need to make the full size pattern. Either use clear tape or glue to attach these pattern pieces together. I find it best to use clear tape, and I'll start off by taping the horizontal rows first, followed by the vertical rows. Once I've got all 4 horizontal rows taped together, I'm going to start connecting them all vertically. So on these patterns, you're going to see little lines saying, line up next page here, or something like that. And those lines are where you're going to line up the edge of the next piece of paper. Once the sewing pattern is all taped together, it's time to start cutting out these shapes. As I said previously, if you print this pattern to scale, you're going to be able to lay these shapes out onto fabric and cut them out into their actual size. For this sewing pattern, the end piece of the bag is going to be located in the main body shape of the sewing pattern. I did this in order to save you a lot of paper. For the material, I've chosen to make this 34-liter duffel bag out of 600 denier corduroy nylon. When I'm making these projects, I usually like to start by making the easiest part first. So for this project, I believe that is going to be the side pocket. So I have my side pocket shape, and I have a piece of 1-inch nylon webbing. I'm going to overlap that nylon webbing by a 1/2 inch, and then I'll take it over to the sewing machine and sew these two pieces together. For the stitch, I'm going to use a 3mm stitch length, and I'm going to sew a 1/8 seam allowance right from the edge of that nylon webbing. If you want to sew this project for yourself, I'll leave a link to the sewing pattern in the description below. That link will send you over to my Etsy store where I create my own sewing patterns, and I make these little how-to videos so you can follow along at home. Also, if you like this type of content, I'd greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to my channel. Hitting the like button and leaving me a comment also really helps me out. Okay, so let's get back into the project here. So we have our zipper. This is number 5 zipper, 1.25 inches wide. And we're going to go right face to right face and clip it to the edge. And we're going to put a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way across the top. If you're familiar with how I usually sew my zippers, this is no different. So we have our right face to right face, and we're going to sew that 1/4 inch seam all the way across the top. Once that's completed, we will fold the zipper over and put about a 1/8 inch seam to seal everything open and make it look nice and pretty. So here I am folding it open, and we're going to get that nice crease in it. Then we'll go right across the edge there with a 1/8 inch stitch. For the top of the zipper, I'm not going to use a piece of fabric. I'm going to use another piece of 1-inch nylon webbing, and we're going to overlap it this time a 1/4 inch. Okay, so we got it overlapped a 1/4 inch, and we're going to go along the edge with a 1/8 inch seam. And this is what your finished pocket should look like. Now that we've finished sewing the zipper on our side pocket, we're just going to sew the zipper on our main body shape. So these are some really big shapes, so don't get intimidated. It's all the same stuff, just the shapes are a lot bigger. So we have our number 5 zipper again. This is the same zipper that we used on our side pocket. And we're going to put it down the short edge of our main body shape. The technique that we're going to use to sew the zipper to the main body shape is just the same as what we used on the side pocket. We're going to go right face to right face, clip it together, and then we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way down the edge. Just like our side pocket, we're going to fold the zipper over and we're going to put that nice crease, and that's what we're going to sew our 1/8 inch stitch across. The camera angle I use for this isn't the best, but what you can see here is that I've got the fabric folded over, the zipper's laying flat on the bed, The fabric's folded over and I'm just sewing 1/8 inch off from that crease. So as you can see here, I've got that stitch and it's 1/8 of an inch from that crease. And now I'm going to take the other side of the zipper, tear that off because I want to sew that to the other side of the bag. Exactly the same as I did it on the first side. In this step, we are going to start sewing our end pieces for the bag. So I have my 2-inch pieces of nylon webbing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small one and I'm going to sew that into the center of one of the circle end pieces. And then on top of that is actually going to be the handle. So the main purpose of this part is kind of like wear and tear. So like when you're putting your hand in and out of the side handle, you don't wear through the fabric, you're going to hit the nylon webbing instead. So we got it placed directly center on the end piece and we're just going to sew all the way around the perimeter and then we'll sew an X into it and that will keep it in place. I have a very hard time putting chalk marks on this nylon webbing, so what I've done is I've just took a piece of my clear tape and I'm just going to put that end to end and I'll follow that as a guide to put nice neat X's into the piece. Once we have the piece of nylon webbing sewn to the end piece, it's time to start on the actual handle. So I've got another piece of 2-inch nylon webbing. This piece is just a bit longer. I'm going to fold in the edges just so they meet in the middle. And you're going to have to use the sewing pattern as a guide here to get the exact measurement of where to fold. And then I'm going to take her over to the sewing machine and sew a square into these handles. If you look at your sewing pattern, you're going to see exactly where to sew. So just use your pattern as a guide for these pieces. And as you probably already know, there's 2 end pieces to this bag, so this whole process of making these handles is going to have to be done twice. This part is pretty simple. We need to sew our new handle to our end piece, which already has the 2-inch piece of nylon webbing sewn to it. So we'll place it on top and we'll sew a box stitch to one side of the handle. I'm just using the sewing pattern here to get the exact measurement of where to stitch for this box stitch. Once we have that box stitch complete, I'm going to take a 2-inch D-ring and I'm going to slide it through the whole handle right up to where that box stitch is. As you can see here, I'm just sliding that D-ring into place right up to the box stitch, and then I'm going to stitch right on the other side of that D-ring, and that's going to hold it in place. Before we sew the other side of this handle, we do need to insert a second D-ring. Once our D-ring is in place, we can sew that box stitch on this side of the handle just the same way we did it on the other side. Once we have our box stitch completed, we can take that second D-ring and slide it right up to the box stitch, get it into place, and then we'll sew right on the other side of it, just the same way we did on the first D-ring. And if you want to use your sewing pattern as a reference to see where to stitch, go right ahead. Next up, we're going to start on our main carry strap for this bag. So we have our long piece of 2-inch nylon webbing, and we're going to go right to the middle of it and fold it in half and clip it together. This is what we're going to do to construct our actual handle, like our hand placement for this strap. Once you have your handle folded in the right place, we can go ahead to the sewing machine and we're going to sew a square into it, and that is going to keep our handle closed. Remember that this bag is going to have 2 handles, so this whole process is going to have to be done twice. This next step is going to be the most difficult of the project, and you're probably going to have to pause the video here a few times. I've took my long carry sling and I have pinned it to the main body shape. The outer edge of the 2-inch nylon webbing we're using for the carry sling is going to be 5.5 inches from the edge of the fabric. If you have the sewing pattern, it's going to be pretty simple because all the measurements are listed on there on where to place this. I'm not going to lie, it is going to be a little finicky because you're going to have to sandwich your side pocket between the layers of nylon webbing and the main body shape. That's what's going to create the actual pocket. More or less, you're going to be sewing a 1/8 of an inch stitch all the way around the perimeter of the carry handle. These stitches are going to stop when you reach the top of the side pocket. Also, you're going to want to sew the nylon webbing on the side pocket on the top and bottom. This will seal the pocket shut. All the stitch lines are going to be on the sewing pattern, so if you just look at your pattern, you're going to know exactly where to stitch and where not to stitch. Also, I've made a lot of other duffel bags on this channel, and I pretty much do the side pocket and carry slings the same way, so you can refer to those as well. So the carry sling is going to be in 2 halves. So one half of the bag is going to be sewn first, and then the second half of the bag with a different carry sling second. When these carry slings meet in the center line of the bag, well, they overlap each other a 1/2 inch. So the 1/2 inch that overlaps onto the other side of the bag is just going to be folded in half and tucked under and sewed over top. So now I'm working on the other side of the bag. This is the second carry sling. I've already folded under the overlapping 2-inch nylon webbing and sewn over top. And now I'm just going to sew a 1/8 inch seam all the way around the edge of the nylon webbing, and that will secure it to the bag. Make sure your markings are right. This side doesn't have a pocket, so you're going to have to mark on where to stop and then come right back down the other side. Here I'm just marking where my box stitch is going to go, and then I'll sew all the way down the other side of the nylon webbing back down to the center of the bag. Once you've finished sewing your carry slings, this bag is going to start taking some shape. So I need to install my 2 number 5 zipper sliders. This step is very important because this is your last opportunity to install these. The design for this bag calls for a D-ring on either side of the zipper. The way we're going to do this is we're going to cut a piece of 2-inch nylon webbing, insert it through the 2-inch D-ring, fold it in half, and sew to make sure that D-ring stays in place. The stitch I'm doing right now to keep these D-rings in place is just going to be temporary. Once we sew it to the bag, we'll sew over top of those stitches again. What you're seeing here is the right face of our main zipper. And we're going to take those D-rings we just sewn and we're going to clip them right to the edge. And then we're going to put about a 1/2 inch seam over top of that, and that will secure them in place. Remember that there's 2 of these, so you're going to have to sew one on either side of the zipper. Once you've finished sewing those 2 D-rings to the main zipper, it's time to install our end pieces. So we're going to turn the whole main body shape inside out, and we're going to sew the right face of the main body shape and the right face of the end piece together. I'm going to use my clips to connect the end piece and the main body shape together. Once I've gone around the whole perimeter with my clips, I'm then going to put it on the sewing machine and sew a 1/2 inch seam all the way around the perimeter of that end piece. Something you can see here, which I've not really gone into detail about on this video, is you'll notice on the main body shape, there's lots of little cuts. These are called relief cuts, and these are also on the sewing pattern. So when you're cutting out this main body shape, you're going to have to cut all those little relief cuts. The purpose of those relief cuts is for when this fabric bends, the relief cuts are going to let it bend. They're going to take away that tension of the fabric, and you'll be able to bend this piece of material in a circle. And as like many things on this project, there are 2 end pieces, so you're going to have to do this process twice. Once you have your two end pieces installed, it's time to turn this bag inside out, and this is the finished product. Remember, you don't have to sew this bag exactly like I did. Have some fun with it, customize it, make it your own. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.